Before we all begin, I realize that this video might be a little bit jarring in contrast to my previous uploads. Not every individual, within or without their online persona, is entirely one-sided. And just like shock fatigue, I created this online presence not only to entertain you lovely people, but to externalize my thoughts as broadly as possible. I realize that most of my tiny audience is comprised of teenagers. I figured I might as well act like it. I love you all, now and forever. Try not to be silly. And now, let's begin. No matter what horrors you've grown accustomed to in your everyday life, the most terrifying, hopeless moments of your mortal existence will almost always occur when you are all alone. You feel forcefully isolated from the people you want so desperately to connect to. You want to understand them, you want to be understood. But your mind is already engulfed in the burning flames of paranoia. And no matter what you do, you couldn't see past the fire to save your life. I've always found the idea of a personal hell terrifying, and I don't know whether I'm living it or not. I can't even identify what I'm supposed to be feeling half the time. But no matter who you are, certainly you've burned in the pits of terrifying hopelessness once or twice in your life. I understand, because right now, I'm right there with you. There are so many images of yourself that you're trying to paint. So many colorful personalities that you know you'll never be able to please. And so many idealistic highs that will always be just out of reach. And that's just being a goddamn teenager. You can never tell who's being sincere and who's not. And yet these portraits people paint of themselves, these wonderful, caring personalities they exhibit in their small circles, somehow you think you're just not good enough, which makes you compare yourself to others, comparing your hardships, your problems, your horrible, horrible fucking experiences, and the true depth of the hellhole in your mind that's practically watering at the mouth, just waiting to swallow you whole. Your brain begins to believe that you're not even entitled to the way you're feeling, that no matter how much pain you may or may not be in, you don't even deserve to complain. Eventually, you just succumb to being miserable to the point that you don't want to feel anything else. Eventually, being presented with a bit of bliss or happiness or even the most minuscule escape from the personal hell you've built for yourself feels dirty. You feel dirty for even feeling good. When the chance for connection, joy, love, and understanding finally rears its head, you're too terrified to even chance it, because the cruelty your insecurities deal you have beaten you down to the point where you hate yourself so fucking much, happiness itself feels like a cold, unfamiliar, rotten place. And as much as you would love to just break down and fucking cry, you can only revert back to that one familiar, cozy circle of misery you know you'll never escape from. And that's the place where you're going to drown. Drown. Drown.